Competition tonight. Competition. Yeah, we're having a competition. Not between me and anybody. Between the two people I detract the most. Grace Randolph and John Campea. This is John Campea versus Grace Randolph. Who has the best Lobo takes? Jason Momoa as Lobo takes. This is the stream, the competition tonight. And on this stream, we're gonna whoever comes in by the end of the show, we're gonna decide who has the best who has the best takes, who has the better takes. Okay, that's what we're doing tonight, brothers and sisters. Hope you come in. I hope you come in. Okay. Yeah, we're in January 2nd, guys. You know what that means? That means we're in the second day of 2025, and this is how we're gonna spend the second day of 2025 because I have no stream tomorrow, no stream plan tomorrow. I had a stream plan for Saturday, but Blinded here won't be around Saturday, so we moved that Saturday stream to Sunday. So the stream I have planned with Blinded on Saturday has been moved to Sunday. So that stream is still happening. Don't worry. Don't worry. That stream's going on. He has his list. Everything is set up for that stream. He has a list. He has his ideas. Okay. So don't worry about that stream. It's still happening. Still happening. Okay. That means I don't know what I'm going to do Saturday. Right? It doesn't really mean I don't have anything planned for Saturday, guys. So I apologize in advance for that. Yeah, so I hope you're excited for this stream. Okay, so I'll give you a brief introduction to this stream. Campea's video on this, the trimmed out segment, is 11 minutes long, and Grace is, I'm not sure how long is her. She comes up with a 29-minute video, but the full 29-minute video she talked about this is not all about Lobo. It's two other topics. We're not going to look at those other topics from Grace Randolph. We're going to look at just the Lobo segment of that video, the 29-minute video she posted about 2 days ago. I think 2 or 3 days ago. Okay. Because this Lobo news, Jason Momoa Lobo news, has really created a stir in the DCU fandom. Okay. Has really caused a stir. It's crazy, right, guys? It's insane. Okay. So I see people to chat earlier, but I don't see them chatting. I don't see the live chat. I appreciate the early people were waiting for the stream to go live chatting. I'm with my dog tonight. Oh, with his friends. She wants to watch creepy. Oh, is Cosby a female? Well, yeah. Don't even think about it, man. Why Craven? You're better off watching this stream. You're better off watching this stream. Okay? You can't be serious, and I'm talking about Craven. Your friend, if it is Causium, tell your friend, um, tell your friend how she need a kind of video of them going back and forth to make it look like they're arguing with each other. Man, uh, that'd be hilarious if I was able to do that. I mean, there's obviously you could do that. So that'd be fucking hilarious. Make them look like they're fighting with each other, arguing with each other. That's not a bad idea, honestly. That's kind of funny. I think we're gonna go with Campea first. The Campster first. Now, I'm gonna say this. I think Campea is actually for this. I think he's gonna be positive. Okay. With me when I look at Campea, when I talk about Campea, there's when I go over detract Campea. Often more times than not, compared to Grace, I do agree with him more than I do with Grace. That's a fact, and you know it. You know it. Grace is a different animal, a different beast. But I think we're going to Campea more. Like Joe Hogan versus Joe Can. It'd be priceless. You know what'd be funny? If somebody to piss off the Snyder cultists, do get whatever pieces of from interviews of James Gunn and Zack Snyder and do a cut side by side of whatever they say in interviews or whatever, side by side, and kind of basically detracting each other, make it look like they're detracting each other. That'd be hilarious. Do this actually thing with James Gunn and Zack Snyder, make it look like they're having a conversation together. You know how they do that. You know how they do the Variety has an actor and actor. The actor talks to the other actor. You know how they do that. The actor and actor, where the two actors get together and they talk. Do it like something like that. I think Degrassi would be all for that. All right. Should we get to the Campster? Here's the Campster, my good buddy, my partner in crime, my fellow Canadian. No, he's not really my good buddy. I'm making that shit up. You know that. That's a fucking lie. Okay? But here he is, John Campea. Yes, he is on the thumbnail. Because thumbnail. Yes, he's on the thumbnail. He is not. No Grace Randolph. But, still Grace Randolph versus John Campea. Alright? And here he is. 7 seconds in. Yep. And let's get on.
Is now Lobo. Now, many of you guys will remember, it's got to be 2 years ago now?
I think so. We were in the other studio.
You were still in the other studio?
Yeah, that studio lasted 2 years, huh? You only had that studio for 2 years. Every time Campea gets a new studio, he doesn't last. He can't even last 3 to 5 years in a new studio. Like remember a couple of years ago, like in 2017, 2018, he had a studio for like a couple months, and then he had to go back to his garage, and then he got a new studio in 2022, and it lasted like 2 years. 2 years. Like, remember that? That's Campea. Why rent out a studio where you can't pay You can't pay. Can't pay. No, you can't pay.
I think it was like 2 years ago. My sense of time is really bad, but we covered that story right after
that studio.
James Gunn took over the DC brand.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Momoa posted a video of himself coming out of the Warner Brothers campus.
Giddy as a schoolboy.
Like practically exploding with giddiness and joy. He was practically skipping. Guys, I just had the greatest. Like he was freaking out, like with pure joy about this meeting he had just had with James Gunn and Peter Safran.
That what meeting wasn't with James Gunn and Peter Safran? He was. I remember that clip. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Who is this, really? Who is this person, really? Who are you, Paulie? Who are you? Who are you, man? Who are you? Who are you, really? Okay? Who are you, really? Alright, let's continue this shit.
Right? And everybody was like, oh, did they just confirm? Did they just say, hey, yeah, we're starting a new DCU, but you'll still get to be Aquaman? None of us believed that. But then the big one was everybody speculated Jason Momoa should play Lobo. I mean,
how does he know? How do you know that meeting wasn't with James Gunn or I don't think that meeting was with James Gunn and Peter Safran. Okay. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe that meeting, was he was excited that oh my god, I'm so excited. Maybe that meeting was that he was excited that he's gonna star in the Minecraft movie. You wanna know why? It's possible he was starring that Minecraft movie? Because Minecraft was a Warner Brothers production. Minecraft was being made by Warner Brothers production. And sadly, on the IMDb list of top 10 anticipated movies, Minecraft is actually in the top 10. Maybe that meeting was about Minecraft. I like this guy, Paulie. maybe that meeting is about Minecraft. I think I knew who that is, but I'm not gonna say. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, maybe that meeting was he was just excited he's gonna be in a Minecraft movie. After seeing the trailers and probably filming, is he excited anymore? Are you waiting to see Craven Blyden? Don't troll me this time, because if you are, I feel bad for you. You should end your friendship. Okay.
I mean, Jason Momoa had written in the past before that he would love to play Lobo. So maybe he just got told he's ultimately going to be Lobo. Well, months. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, months turned into years. What did they say in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
Legend.
I have a question for you. Do actors get told 2 years, 3 years in advance if you're gonna get this role, or is it more like a year in advance or a year and a half? He's swearing in the chat. Yeah, he's getting away with it because it's in Spanish, too. I think, and I just there we go.
Into legend. Yeah, I forget the order.
Legends became myth.
Oh man, you almost gave me a heart attack when you really put that in the chat, man. I mean, I was calling you crazy.
About it. Well, now, according to Deadline, Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo in the upcoming Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movie.
Well,
they wrote the following. Said Jason Momoa, star of Warner Brothers and DC's Aquaman films, has been tapped to play Lobo in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Now, this is the social media post that he did. Jason Momoa put up a screenshot of an old post he put up. This was the old post. So Lobo was, I collect comics.
Hey, I don't collect comics, but I don't collect comics, but or maybe it's Italian. I don't know. Whatever. I don't collect comics, because I don't have room to put all my comics. But Mo, you live in a freaking mansion. I'm pretty sure you have enough. You can have one room in your mansion dedicated to comics. I mean, if I was rich, if I was a millionaire, and have a manor, and I'm still into comic books, I'll fucking have one room dedicated to like all my collectibles, comic, Funko Pops. I mean, like I would have like a fucking. It would look like a fucking store. It would look like a store. I have one room that look like a fucking store. You know, like that's what it would look like. But I don't. Unfortunately, I'm not rich, so I don't have a room like that. I mean, I have a room. I do have a room with Funko Pop. My bedroom is full of little Funko Pop stuff. But come on, but so where I can't collect comics anymore, just because. And I'm not I hate digital. I hate reading digitally comics. It's not the same. It's not the same as having physical paper.
And I don't do so much anymore, but he was always my favorite, and I always wanted to play Lobo because I'm like, hello, it's the perfect role, he said. I mean, listen, if they call and ask me to play him, it's a fuck yeah.
Yeah, because you're just gonna he wants to play Lobo. It's only because he's gonna play himself turn 180, just turn himself to turn the level up, right? That's why he's so excited. He's so excited to play Lobo because he basically just has to play himself, right? All he needs is to play himself. Right? All he needs to do is play himself. That's why he's excited. And where's Degrassi? I don't see Degrassi in the chat. I like this guy, Polly. Polly's always welcome.
I haven't received that call, so I don't want to put any fake news out there. But if they ever call me and ask me to play or ask me to audition, I'm there. So that's the screenshot.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, you fucking did audition for that role. You did get. Let's be honest. You didn't audition for that role. James Gunn, Pierce offered you the role. He said yes. Or the director is like, okay, yeah.
His little write up to that was they called. That's the new post. Yeah. They called.
I think they found him at different gym.
Just don't train at different. And we're good.
Different gym, movie news, fart.
You'll get your money soon.
Now look, everybody has thought. Here's one of the, again, take a look at this. Sure. This is one of those classic pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm one of these guys. I know this is not the popular opinion, but it's often lonely being right, where having an actor already just naturally look like the character is important. I don't think that's important at all. But there is no denying when you look like at a picture of Lobo and you think, who could that be? Oh, I like this. Ritu in the live chat saying, different Lobo.
Exactly.
Well. The rumor I heard, guys, blinded the grass. Rumor I heard he's not playing this version of Lobo. That's the rumor I heard. You know what version of Lobo I heard he's playing? According to my sources, the same source that Grace got about the Clayface being in the Batman universe. That's the same source. That same source. I have the same as Grace on, and that's the same source I got this information. Playing this version of Lobo. You know what version he's playing? He's playing the one the New 52 came up. The one that apparently goes after this Lobo for being an imposter. Yeah, that's Skinny Lobo. The Skinny Lobo. That's the Momoa is playing. My source told me it's the same one Grace had about Clayface being in the Batman universe. Same source. I want you to take it for a grain of salt. I'm an asshole. Mob can stick it. Exact same source guy. It's true, blinded. It's true. I don't lie on here. I don't lie. I don't joke on here. You know me. I never joke on here. I'm 100% serious all the time on my streams. No, I never joke. I'm like Batman. I don't have a sense of humor. I'm always serious. I'm not the Joker, man. I'm not like the Joker. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
When you look at this picture of Lobo, you cannot help but see Jason Momoa.
Loboa.
Momo Lobo.
Loboa.
Momo Lobo.
You got it? Got it. Take it. Take it.
Nice.
Yep, that's it. It's the Loboa. That's the new phrase for this one. Ray Orr just coined it.
Moboa.
Loboa.
So stupid.
Jason Loboa. So Loboa, I mean, look, even when you look at the personality of Lobo,
Oh yeah.
tell me Jason Momoa isn't a perfect fit for that.
He fit more like.
I noticed something. Why is it it's kind of freezing up a bit. Okay? It's kind of freezing up a bit. I've noticed that. Don't know why. A fat liar in the cap. Too money too. Don't know why it freezes up like that. Is that right, Paulie? I want to see something real briefly. Ray Holmes money to the mob. It might be this. I'm gonna go back. Whatever.
I accepted his Aquaman. I did.
I loved him as Aquaman.
The
Honestly, I
Aqua
did
Bro
too.
thing was cool and it was different because a lot of people were like, Aquaman, that's kind of silly. But let's face it, like you're insinuating.
His face is still red. My God, this guy's face is still red. It has to be a skin condition. There's no way. I mean, this guy. I know he lives. This guy, I know this guy lives in LA, but my God, it's still red. What's up with this guy's face? Like, it's like,
Like he was a better Lobo.
I mean, look, I even loved the whole drop down with Cyborg.
how you know he's a better Lobo? May look like Lobo. What? How you know he's a better Lobo? First of all, how you know he's a better Lobo? So there's gonna be no comparison. Live action. I mean, actually, there was a live action Lobo. Actually, Jason Momoa is not the first live action Lobo. Lobo was actually in season 2. Lobo was actually in season 2 of Krypton. That you all know. Okay. Okay. It was actually in season 2 of Lobo, so you'll not be the first action Lobo. But this would be the first Lobo in the new universe.
My man.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody else says.
All right.
I thought that was great. I thought it was a great line for the way they fit that character. But
Now he's gonna say, "The main man is here. The main man. Y'all punks. Super brat. Yes, you're gonna call super brat. It's probably gonna be a perv. I guarantee he'll be a perv to Supergirl. I bet you he'll be a fucking perv to Supergirl. Lobo will be a fucking perv to Supergirl. I can see that. He's gonna be so pervy, right? Like, come on. He's gonna be like, "Hey, Supergirl, why don't you take a bite of my hog? My space hog? All right."
it's just when you look at Jason Momoa and his natural charm, his natural personality, his natural kind of wit, this is just a good fit. And look, that's why.
Yeah, because Lobo is Jason Momoa turn up a notch.
When he came out of that meeting a couple of years ago,
The best actors play characters that is not them. It's not them. This ain't fucking wrestling.
I can't believe how excited I am.
Yeah.
We all kind of clued in.
Why does he look like a fucking pirate there? Why does he look like he looks like he's replaced Jack Sparrow? Wait, is Jason Momoa gonna be Jack Sparrow too? The next, and when Disney does Pirates of the Caribbean, he looks like fucking Jack Sparrow. He doesn't look like Johnny Depp, but he looks like just the costume and stuff. Where is that from? Where is that from? Supergirl is gonna be a $1 billion movie now because all the male simps are gonna want to see Supergirl, and all the female simps are gonna want to see Jason Momoa with no shirt on and fucking wearing a vest. A $1 billion hit right there, guy. Not because how good the movie is, but the sexiness of that movie is gonna show the allure of the sexiness in that movie. Both from Supergirl and Bo. That's gonna be the selling point of Supergirl. Okay, Supergirl is gonna be a massive success because of Supergirl and the Supergirl actress and the Lobo actress. The Supergirl actress is cute, has that cute tomboyish, girl next door look-alike look, which boys do love. Like the boys do love, and they're gonna see, and she's hot too. And the girls are gonna see Supergirl just for seeing Jason Momoa and probably just that vest. And so most of the time we'll just have that vest, and then for like 90% of the movie he's in. And probably take off the shirt from time to time.
And like we all suspected, this meant Lobo. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode. So fantastic. We already mentioned the self-cooling properties for better quality Campea to we thought there could have been a chance that you'd have to cut his hair and everything, which is something I don't think he'd ever do. But But even then, I really thought if I had to put $10 on it, we all kind of thought maybe it could be Lobo.
Yeah,
Now
I
it's
think
finally confirmed,
Lobo
and I
was-
love it.
There was at that time there was
Where's Ray? I don't see Ray in this. I don't see fucking Ray in this, man. Where's Ray? Bring in Ray.
like the rumor mill of like, oh, some of these characters are going to be in the DCU. So there was a part of me that was like, oh, maybe they're going to have Aquaman and he's going to carry into
I mean, all the characters are gonna be DCU. It's just gonna be a different version. That's all.
the DCU in some fashion. But
Come on, Aquaman's gonna be DCU. He's not exclusively to a different universe.
this makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the common theories out there that some people thought that, oh, just like Peacemaker's going to be there, Jason Momoa's Aquaman.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought that was a little bit too, like with Peacemaker, there's a lot of wiggle room because really there was, other than that little cameo at the end, there's really no connection between him and the DC, the old
cameo
DC
there
was
movie
supposed to
too
be a
much.
joke.
Aquaman,
That was
very,
supposed to be a
very different.
joke.
Plus, we never really thought Jason Momoa would be that excited about, oh, hey, you get to
cares about
do
you, Paulie?
Aquaman 3.
You got an extension.
Yeah, getting an extension, basically, right? I just don't see. I never thought that Jason Momoa would literally come out skipping
Right.
and like literally glowing.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Because I just found out I'm going to get to do part 3. That kind of excitement seemed to be something that would be connected to something new.
Right.
And
Well, we see how he reacts to getting a wish that he wanted.
yeah,
How his face. I mean,
Oh, there's
it's the
Ray.
same thing. I noticed the Lobo actually has a dog. I was bringing this up to you guys earlier. And he has an English bulldog named Dog.
spelt,
DAWG.
which of course he has a dog named
My
Dog.
dog.
And he throws this dog to attack people.
So now what we need,
Now,
Oh yeah, he's gonna throw a fucking dog now, huh? He's gonna throw a fucking dog. He's gonna do animal abuse on this in this movie, huh?
I'm saying,
it's Superman versus Lobo with Crypto versus Dog.
I'm glad you brought that up. He's going to be a part of the Supergirl movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Supergirl
true.
movie.
That's true.
Meaning the angle will probably be crap. I forgot what the episode was called.
Oh, by the way, Brandon Coast in live chat said the dog's name should be Hobo.
Hobo.
Hobo and Lobo. I like that.
Okay.
I don't know the Lobo lore that well. Is there a connection with Supergirl? Because I know he's just a different timeline from Superman.
They cross. He's crossover with Superman.
The reason why they're doing Lobo in this movie, Lobo in this movie, is because in the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, Lobo is not the villain, but they do mention there is a bounty hunter in Superman Woman of Tomorrow. Lobo is going to be that bounty hunter in the movie. That's the reason why he's appearing in that movie. Okay, Lobo is going to be that bounty hunter in that movie. Woman of Tomorrow is not exactly be like the exactly. It's not going to be for panel, story for story. Right, it's not going to be panel for panel, story to story. It's just going to take some inspiration from Superwoman Tomorrow, like the villain. We know the villain is from Krem is from Supergirl, but we know there's also a bounty hunter. In the Supergirl woman tomorrow, the bounty hunter is not Lobo, but they kind of need a big name for Supergirl to work us alongside somebody like Millie Alcock and the other, because there's really no big name actors in that movie until they got Jason Momoa. They kind of need a big name. You kind of need a big name in the DC. You need a well-known name in the comic book in this movie to help shoulder the load for Millie Alcock, who's relatively young. Okay, you need some star power.
Many times.
Yeah.
Right. In all the very different variations. And I'm sure there's been a Supergirl one. I just honestly don't know it myself either.
I'm sure James Gunn knows it.
But I remember, like, this is a dude that can go toe to toe with Super.
Fucking research is all you gotta do, man. Fucking research. Research. Not that hard. Not that hard.
Superman.
Sure.
Yep. The anti-hero.
So, I mean, you can work that in really cool. He's kind of, some people said he's like a DC version of Deadpool. I see him more of a DC, in a way, personality-wise, a little bit of a DC version of Wolverine in a way, but
Right.
I mean, that's not actually a really good comparison.
He's not, first of all, there's no, anybody says the DC version of Wolverine, I don't know where they get that from, because there's nothing comparable about those two. First of all, Wolverine is not a bounty hunter. He's not a pervert. He's not a degenerate. He's not someone that kills his own race, his own people. He actually gets along with people. Lobo is a loner. Is a bounty hunter. He'll go after anybody. He has no real morals and stuff. There's no way he's like just complete opposite. Wolverine and Lobo, they couldn't be farther from the same. There's no. And Deadpool is, I guess what people will say he's a DC version of Deadpool because of the way Ray Wilson talks, right? But Wade Wilson is not a bounty hunter. I mean, he was an assassin, he's not a bounty hunter. Wade Wilson is different. There's no, you can't, not every character, you can't compare every character from one fandom to another fandom. Yeah, DC and Marvel, a lot of characters are very similar, but not every character is comparable or is anything as a copycat of each other.
Comparison either.
My question is, do you think he'll include his dog? James Gunn, man. I think so.
You know what?
I think so.
I'm going to say no.
Oh,
You know why?
why?
Because crypto.
Yeah, he'll probably outside.
I think since they've already got the dog thing covered, I think because we got crypto, and crypto, I mean, crypto.
Oh, by the way, Supergirl has a dog herself or an animal. By the way, Supergirl has a pet herself too, I believe. Oh no, she has crypto also. Okay. Yeah, I don't see the dog either in this.
Was one of the first characters we meet in the Superman trailer.
Yeah.
I think that will make them go, okay, we've already done too much dog, but don't put it past James Gunn. Don't put it past James Gunn. But I mean, now we know it is official. What made James Gunn so happy, or what made Jason Momoa or Jason Lobo so happy coming out of that meeting with James Gunn? James Gunn told him he's going to be Lobo. And so,
How do you know that's the meeting? How do you know? Were you there?
so you know what? We've been all saying this for years. You guys have been saying it. We've been saying it. It's great casting. That doesn't mean the movie's going to be any good. It doesn't mean, or that him in.
If you're still there, blinded. If you're still there, come on for the Grace stuff, please, if you can.
The role necessarily may not be written well. They may not do a good job. We don't know. But as far as just the job of the casting people goes, this is perfection.
Yeah.
This is perfect. He was born for this. I think all the fans have kind of been expecting it as well. So I think this is very, very good news. Listen, James, they haven't put out a single damn thing yet other than Creature Commandos, which people seem to be liking very much.
I'm liking more and more.
This has been a pretty good month for James Gunn.
Yes.
Super well received Creature Commandos. People generally love the Superman trailer, and now people are going to love this news too. James Gunn's putting a lot of coins in his pocket right now.
Yep.
Now, he's got to do the hard part and deliver. We'll see. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this news? It's official. James Gunn has let it, or Jason Momoa, or Loboa, has now let the cat out of the bag. It's official. He's going to be Lobo. And Deadline is telling us it's going to be in the upcoming Supergirl movie, which we are going to get before the Batman 2. Whatever you guys think about this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your...
Supergirl was coming out before Batman got delayed to the year after anyway. It doesn't matter. All right. Oh, very boring, but you know what? Grace will definitely keep us entertained. So let's get to Grace. No, she did a live stream about it. Oh, okay. My bad. She did a live stream. Ugh. All right. Pop Grace.
I'm going to try and edit it. There we go. Welcome back, Freddie. Thank you, Emilio. So, yes, so nice to see everybody. Happy birthday, Mr. Magic. It's good to be back. I had a very nice family vacation. Thank you for your patience. Know that, Mr. Andrews, there won't be a stream for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, but I am planning to stream Thursday and Friday. So we will have our 3 streams of the week still. But yes.
She didn't stream today. Oh my God. Oh my God. How long does she talk about this for? 30 minutes? Oh my God. She talks about this for 30 minutes? Oh. Oh my God.
So things are back in full swing. Oh, thank you. Comments to the stories at hand. At the end of each section, I'll open it up to your questions and comments. Okay. And then at the very end, as always, we'll do a 10-minute Ask Me Anything. So if you want to ask me something that's off topic, that's the place to do it. All right.
I gotta check something real quick. Okay.
All right, hey Seb. All right, everybody, so let's get going. We got a lot to discuss. Okay, so story number 1. All right, so boop. All right, so here are the chapter times. I've got an arrow already. Now, as you can see, I've divided it up into the good and the bad because I'm not quite sure how to feel. I think that this is one that really does go right down the middle in terms of good and bad. I'm not sure if I would have done it. It's hard to tell. Let me do a poll. I know you guys like a good poll. Poll. Would you bring back Jason Momoa as Lobo for the DCU? Heck yeah.
It means that Aquaman's being a new actor for the bad.
No way. And then I'm not sure. I guess we'll do a fourth of I don't care. Just if you want to be extra Scroogey, as I can see that J. Jonah Jameson wants to be. That's funny, with Zeke saying that James Gunn is doing like Twitter fan casting. I want to be fair about it. I think Zack Snyder was a little guilty of that as well. You can't do fan casting. You're supposed to be a professional project. But I gotta tell you, I feel like maybe it's okay. So will you guys vote? I'm gonna discuss the good and the bad.
Is it fan casting if the actor said his favorite character is Lobo and is his dream to play him? Is that fan casting? Or is that Jason wanted to go later to Warner Brothers and he's worked in DC and is good with James Gunn, and they're like, you know what? Yeah, he's your favorite character. You know, we still want to work with you. Yeah. Is it fan casting? Is it fan casting? I don't think that's fan casting.
Okay? So, the good. I mean, it is perfect casting. I mean, he is Lobo. He doesn't have to be a great actor. I see some of you questioning Jason Momoa's acting abilities. Who cares? He doesn't have to act because that is him. He is the character. I've never seen, it's an extremely strong match of personality and character. And also, it's a...
And he has to be a degenerate, a perv, immature, cocky arrogance. He has to play that. Lobo is a... I don't know. Degrassi's not in the chat. I'm disappointed. But Degrassi, if he was here... If Degrassi was here, I would compare it to... like D-Generation X from WWE. Okay. No, I haven't. I'm sorry. I haven't. But no, I haven't. Like, yeah, you know, I mean, here's a problem. I have a problem with actors, actresses. They say you don't need to act your best to play comic book characters. I really do. I think the villain side of things. I really do think you need good actors and actresses to play comic book villains. Comic book characters are not easy characters to play. They're some of the most difficult characters to play. Okay, okay. Sorry, I just hate that. I just hate that in general. That people say, "Oh, it's not hard to play a comic book character." Yes, it fucking is. It fucking is. Try playing the Joker. Try playing the Riddler. Try playing Two-Face. Two-Face is a hard character to play. I'm not talking about Aaron Eckert's character. It's comic book characters are very, very hard to play. Okay. Okay. Very difficult. It's not like you're playing a policeman or a detective or a fucking doctor on a movie, or like a lawyer, or like an FBI agent, or like a whatever generic regular roles in movies, spies, MI6. You're just playing normal roles, but a comic book character, you're not playing a normal role, man. You're playing, how can I say this best? Gimmicks. And playing a gimmick is very, very hard. Okay? Very, very hard. I don't see Momoa being anything more than himself, and Genius can't say makeup. Yeah, he's going to be himself and just turn up to another level. Yeah. Show in the way they can. They're showing him more in this movie because they need star power for this movie, right? Nobody in that movie for Superwoman tomorrow is star power, has no marketability. Okay? Okay, like there's nothing, like, so get Jason Momoa. The girls will see the movie for Jason Momoa, and the boys will see it for Millie Alcock.
Dream come true for Jason Momoa. He really wants to do it. So he's going to work very hard.
Yeah.
He's going to put his heart into it, and he's going to promote it like crazy. And I mean, there's just something nice about seeing someone get their heart's desire and having their dream come true. It's like he got the golden ticket. And so you're like, how can you can't, it's hard to be upset about someone having their deepest, greatest dream come true. I mean, Jason Momoa is even a fan. So you're like, you've made him so happy, so I don't know if it's going to work out from a business perspective, but it's hard, you really can't hate on someone having like their wishes come true. So that,
unless you're a Snyder fan, right? Unless you're a fucking Snyder fan, right? Calling him a traitor. Snyder fans will hate on him.
That's one element. Then the other thing is that Jason Momoa has an extremely good relationship with Warner Brothers. And in fact, just the other day, I saw the Minecraft trailer again in front of Sonic 3, which I'm going to be doing a mini review of later in the stream. And I have to say that I thought that Jason Momoa was doing a really good job in the trailer. Jack Black too. And I was like, for all the hate these guys get, they really commit to the projects that they.
No, Minecraft is gonna suck. It's gonna suck. The trailers are bad. People were dunking on the trailer, dunking on what they're seeing in the trailer. Jason Momoa does like to make fun of himself, right? He likes to have fun. People, like, the thing is, Jason Momoa was a very likable guy. He has a very likable personality. Okay? He's the kind of guy you want to hang out with. You could tell his interviews, videos, stuff like that. You could tell. Now, to be honest with you, actors, when they post on social, it's their public image, right? Their public image is them playing themselves up on a public image, and they're kind of acting too, as they're not acting in a movie. They're acting in front of the public. But inside, when you really would know them, when it's private, we don't know. We really don't know. Fans really don't know if this person that seems nice is really not nice, right? It's that they all play up. All celebrities play up for the public, and there's some celebrities that don't. Some celebrities are very, what they're like privately is what they are publicly. We don't know. I mean,
commit to. They don't take the money and then not deliver, right? We've seen a lot of actors do that. They take the money but then they just slog through the project, and you're like, if you weren't going to do it for real, why did you bother?
Because they got to offer good money. If you get a good offer, I'm like, are you gonna say no? Are you gonna say no? And some days they might need a job. Maybe might need a job, and they want to do something. You know.
But I think he looks really funny in the movie. I think it's funny, like the way like he's like doing the shovel, movement, like a video game character. I mean, I think it's, I think his heart's really in it,
Grace,
and
you
I
don't
have
even
to
know what
respect
fucking
that.
Minecraft is.
So that's a Warner Brothers movie. He's also, of course, Aquaman, which we'll be talking about, and he was even in Dune, where he was pretty good in Dune. I liked him a lot in Dune.
And he was in Game of Thrones, the first season, all Warner Brothers. So yeah, he has a good relationship with Warner Brothers. Yeah. Yeah. Good relationship with Warner Brothers. So I guess he should have a good relationship with Warner Brothers, right? Because of Zack Snyder, right? Snyder fans? I'm like, dude, he's always had a good relationship with them, man. Okay, he's worked with Warner Brothers. He's not loyal to them, man. He's not loyal to you guys.
Daniel says, what are Lobo's powers? His powers are sass. He's just a space biker guy. He's super strong and has a lot of attitude, and so he's a character that can go toe-to-toe with Superman. That's basically what Lobo is, right? As Lloyd says, he's a space biker. There's nothing more to it. It's not complicated. It's not complex. That's just what he is.
He's more than that.
And he will be back for Dune Messiah. That's right, Wanda's attorney. I think Jason Momoa without his facial hair is like hypnotic. You're like, who's that? Oh my God, he looks the same but totally different. So Warner Brothers, and they're very, they get along very well with Jason Momoa. He is glowing. I would agree with that, not modern art history. He looks fantastic.
I see it. Oh shit, it happened again. Oh no. What just happened there? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Now I gotta bring that back. This is one of my worst streams, man. Alright, let's go back.
All right, then another element that I think is important is that it gives a strong male character to the Supergirl movie. We've been talking about that. Female-led movies do well when there is a strong male character in the film in addition. The first Captain Marvel had Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson. Wonder Woman has had Chris Pine. I think, and we've seen many instances of that. And I think it's really important. So I think that maybe might.
She's talking out of her ass right there. The reason why they have Jason Momoa is not because he's a male character. One, it's because they need a strong, well-known actor to help carry that movie. Millie Alcock alone cannot carry that movie. Gal Gadot was Chris Pine, yeah, but Gal Gadot was helped up by not just by Chris Pine, but Robert Wright, what's her name, Colleen Nielsen, David Thrall, Jack Houston, right? This is a very talky fandom point. This is bad talk, man. Bad talk. Okay? Bad talk. Okay? This is bullshit talk. The difference is Okay, difference here is Millie Alcock is not a well-known person. Fans only know Millie Alcock from probably Game of House of Dragon, the first couple episodes. That's it. That's it. Okay. And the rest of the cast, the villain of the movie is not a really mainstream name. He's been around. He's kind of been around and stuff for years, but people haven't really heard of him unless you're in depth in the industry. If you're very you do your research, but it's not a big name. Jason Momoa is a big name. They want a big name for this movie. They needed to sell. He needs a big name to sell. Okay. Let's sell this movie. You need a big name. Every comic book movie, you kind of need a well-known actor. All right, to help out. Like I'm sure Clayface is gonna be a very well-known actor, and I'm telling you, Batman. It's not gonna be an up-and-comer. It's gonna be an established actor.
Might be a good way to maybe balance out the movie. So it's not just Millie Alcock, a Supergirl. That's right. That's right, Psycho. Barbie had Ken. That was crucial that Barbie had Ken.
Yeah, but Barbie had Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie, okay? Margot Robbie for man. Margot Robbie, Millie Alcock. Do the math. Do. Come on, there is no comparison there.
And I think we've seen a couple of movies not do that, like Madam Web or The Marvels, as many of you are pointing out, and it didn't work out for them. So I think having a strong male character
That's because those movies were bad.
will benefit this film. Now, for all of no, Lobo is not the comic book that is being adapted, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, this is somewhat comics accurate. James Gunn will be able to pull a comic book out of his butt and say, oh, look, there is a one comic where Supergirl and Lobo teamed up and they had a lot of good fun. So, you have to say, this is true. They did have a comic book together. I mean, they don't have a long, rich history. Okay, I was also able to find this little image where Lobo and evil Supergirl, when she's, taken over by Darkseid, they teamed up a little bit. I have to say, they do kind of work together, I mean, look, he's a space biker. Putting him next to a hot blonde, I think kind of works, right? You're like, Supergirl would be Cat. Cat, you would say she'd be catnip, but that's a good point that Nofix is bringing up. There's quite the age difference between Jason Momoa and Millie Alcock, not just actually, but I think visually. I think Millie Alcock looks substantially younger than she actually is. So you'd be like, come on, Lobo.
That's why she's playing Supergirl.
Lobo asks her for some identification. So there is
identification. Supergirl is older than Superman. If you don't know anything about comics, Supergirl's older than Superman.
The history of these two characters, being together in the comics. All right. However, he's not a character. That's a good segue to the bad. All right? So, Moana and Maui, Damon, is a pretty good comparison.
Now she's getting to the
James
bad.
Gunn saw Moana too, or at least looked at the poster. Oh, Jason Momoa is 45. Good for him. And he said, look at Maui and Moana. Everybody's eating that up with a spoon. I could do the same thing. And, to some degree, he kind of is. So that's like, I mean, if I was in the room, that would be yet another reason. Well, that's a pretty good idea. All right. So, so we're still somewhere in the middle here on the bad. Okay.
Fuck.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is really a three-hander, okay? It's got Supergirl, Ruthie, who they've also cast, Ruthie and Supergirl, and then they're hunting Krem of the Yellow Hill. He's the toxic guy, played by Matthias Schoenaerts. So,
Krem is the villain. That's the villain. That's the villain. Krem is the villain.
Lobo is a new addition to this story, and he's going to cheapen it, but at the same time,
He's gonna cheapen it.
I think I don't
He's
think
gonna make it interesting.
this story as is can be adapted. I think he's going to cheapen the story. I think it's going to make it hit a little less harder. I think it takes away from some agency away from Supergirl. Supergirl is very much the typical male hero in this story. It's a revenge story told from the perspective of two female characters, which was
Grace. In the story, there's a fucking bounty hunter. Okay? Yes, the bounty hunter is not Lobo. Right? Lobo. Okay? But it is going to be Lobo in this case. And it doesn't have to be accurate, 100% accurate from the graphic novel. You're allowed to change it a bit. That's you think not every comic book movie is adapted from a graphic novel. Man, Grace, get the fucking thinking out of your get us thinking out of your mindset, because you watch so many Marvel movies and not every Marvel movie is adapted how the graphic novel is. Okay? Get that mindset out of your fucking head. Okay? It's gonna take some things from the graphic novel, but not everything in the movie is gonna be panel to panel, story to story accurate. It's just gonna be inspired. Okay? Comic book movies are inspirations that they take from the comics, not exact adaptations. Get that fucking mindset out of your fucking head. Thank you, Red. You're right, man. Super bitch. Hold tomorrow. Get that fucking mindset out of your fucking head, okay? Please. Okay? Who cares? Let Lobo be in it. If the story is good, who cares? If the movie is good, who fucking cares? Okay? Who fucking cares? Captain America: Civil War. Yeah, the only thing that's really truly adapted from the comics was Captain America versus Iron Man. That's basically it. That's all of it. Okay? Basically it. Okay? Okay? That's it. Gee, I know. It's like, come on. Not everything. What is this? What? Who cares if Lobo? They need star power. Nobody in that movie besides Jason Momoa has star power. All right? Comic book movies suffer without at least one major star in it. Okay? Without one major star. Okay? Like even like comic book movies do need a major star. And not every hero that gets a lead major hero is the big star. Like Christopher Reeve wasn't the big star. Michael Keaton was up and coming, but he wasn't the big star, right? Like Christopher Reeve. But the thing is, Christopher Reeve was surrounded by Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman was a very well-known actor in the 70s, 80s, 90s for a long time. Ed Begley Sr., who played Otis, the Otis actor, right? The actor who played Otis. Very, very well-known actor back then. For young people, you might know of his son, but you might not know of the his father. Even the Batman 1989, Michael Keaton, they started with Kim Basinger, who was on the rise. Also, Jack Nicholson, obviously. Also, Billy D. Williams, who's from Star Wars. And then, okay, every comic book hero movie that's being adapted, DC needs one major star character, actor, actress, to sell. If the main hero, whoever's playing the hero, is not a big star, they want to help build up. Gal Gadot got a big break. I mean, Gal Gadot was in Fast and the Furious franchise, but her big break was Wonder Woman. But they surrounded her with in Justice League BVS with Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Jesse Eisenberg, Amy Adams. And her own movie, they started with a measly great talent. Chris Pine, David Thales, Jack Houston. Look at that. Okay? Okay? Who else I think? Who else I can think? Like, Blade is an exception. I won't say Blade because Wesley Snipes is well known. Blade was an exception. Okay? But that's the thing, though. Chris Hemsworth, perfect example. Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston. Chris Hemsworth's biggest role before he got the role of Captain Kirk's father was Captain Kirk's father. Before Thor was him being Captain Kirk. It's Captain Kirk. Then he got the leading role as Thor, and they surrounded him with Anthony Hopkins, and Rene Russo, Natalie Portman, Skarsgård. No, look, see, right? It's like a sports team. When you're starting a young sports team from the ground up and you draft a franchise player, you gotta surround them with talent and some veteran talent. And veteran talent to help to teach the young players to learn, to grow, to learn, not to do this, to do this, how, right? It's like that. That's what Jason Momoa was there. Jason Momoa was there to help out Millie Alcock. And this will be the movie to fully, truly give more people the chance to see Millie Alcock on the big stage. The only big stage that people got to see Millie Alcock was a couple episodes of House of the Dragon. That's it. And that was enough for James Gunn to be like, yeah, that's our Supergirl. Okay? But Supergirl if this movie's successful, she doesn't need somebody like Jason Momoa for her next movie to be the linchpin. I was gonna say lynching, but the linchpin for her career to stardom.
Quite powerful in the comic, but it's not going to work in a movie with today's audiences. It's just not going to work. The Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow would have been a better streaming show.
Jesus Christ, you don't know that. You don't know that, okay? You don't know that. You can't say that. You know what? You don't know that. In your mind, saying a graphic novel was not as really popular with general audiences doesn't mean it's going to flop. It doesn't mean it's not going to be successful. You don't fucking know that. Okay? You don't fucking know that. Oh, this story is bad. Yeah, if you think the story is bad, but and they do adapt it, you know what? It may end up being good. It may end up being different. You don't know that. You really don't know that. You can't say that. Okay?
A movie. So it's gonna hurt the integrity of the comic, but I think from a business perspective, I don't see any other
I
way
don't fucking care about integrity of the comic. Jesus Christ.
forward. But that's gonna be a little bit
Fuck, man.
of an issue, I think, with some people. Maybe there might be some criticism of it for those.
Grace, stop thinking like that. Okay, stop. Somebody in the chat, her Sims has to tell her stop having that fucking mindset. Okay? Okay? Don't have that fucking mindset, okay?
Those purposes. All right, now full on to the bad. Okay. He's Aquaman.
No, he's not.
And he didn't significantly change his look.
He was
for
Aquaman.
Aquaman. Like when he was Aquaman, he looked and acted like Lobo wearing Aquaman's costume. So it's not like, oh, it's the same actor, but he's totally different. He's a chameleon. I think there will be casuals who go, isn't that Aquaman? And they'll be like, no, now it's Lobo. Stay on top of it. And they're going to be like, you guys are ridiculous. I mean, it's not doing comic book fans any favors.
What do you mean it's not doing comic book fans any favors? Comic book fans will know the difference and they won't care. Okay? Oh, fuck. Fuck's sake, man.
Emilio says, can the makeup make a difference? No, he's just going to be painted white with smoky eyes, which is kind of how Jason Momoa looks all the time anyway, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's funny, Zeke. It is Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom. But that's a multiverse situation. I don't think they're doing a multiverse situation here. Hey, Dancing Dog 60.
No, they're not, because it's not the same universe. This is a brand new universe. It's a DCU. And you're gonna get to the Peacemaker cameo very soon, which you're probably gonna get wrong, because James Gunn talked about the cameo, this cameo.
Thank you. So I think it's a little confusing. And also, let's not forget that the last Aquaman was a horrible box office failure. So that's not great either. And then also, some people have pointed out he was in James Gunn's very project, Peacemaker Season 1, as Aquaman. So, but I do think that's partially what has helped him stick around. James Gunn is very friends and family oriented, and Jason Momoa was one of the only actors who would do a cameo in Peacemaker, which I think was very helpful to James Gunn and getting him.
He was one of the few actors to do a cameo in Aquaman because he was available. I mean, it was hard to get people to be available for that show because they're filming still during the pandemic.
Over the DC universe. So, James Gunn's not going to forget that. And as a reward, he has made all of Jason Momoa's dreams come true. I have to say, Mike, it does seem like more DC shenanigans. And that's a good way to bring up the next point. And that's is this really a new cinematic universe? It doesn't seem like a new cinematic universe at all. It seems like it's just under new management. And I think that it might, hey Danny, it might even be better management. That's very possible.
Where have you, Grace? It is a fucking new cinematic universe. How many times has James Gunn been saying it? This is a DCU. That universe they're starting from scratch. All right? Starting from scratch. He's only keeping what he needs to keep. Right? But it is a brand new universe. Man, what are you talking about?
Thanks, John. Thank you, John. That's very sweet of you. I think that it's not going to clear the plate. It's not going to clear the table and give us the fresh start that we were hoping for. And I think that DC will probably continue to be plagued by the problems it's always been plagued by, and that concerns me a little bit.
I think you're concerned because you want James Gunn to fail. I think you want him to fail. Deep down, you want him to fail and be told you're right. I think you want, I don't think you wanted it to succeed. I think you want to be told you're right about James Gunn. That's what I think. I think that's what she wants. I think I could tell. I think it's like she wants it to fail and be saying, "I told you so," and be like, "I told you so." Yeah, filling dead air. Yeah, like what is she talking about? And the Peacemaker cameo. James Gunn said that cameo at the end of Peacemaker is not canon. It's not canon. And it's a new fucking cinematic universe. And people are gonna be confused. Aquaman? He's only been Aquaman in 3 fucking movies. It's not like, okay, relax. I don't see people talking about Jason Momoa's Aquaman like people talk about Hugh Jackman as Logan. Okay, as Logan, or Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, or like Chris Evans as the first Captain America. Nobody talks about Jason Momoa like he's the quintessential Aquaman. Nobody. So I don't think the general audience will fucking care, like they do with the Marvel characters, like with the iconic Marvel characters, like Wolverine, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. Like I don't think people care about that. About Jason Momoa. I don't think general audiences fucking care. I don't think they fucking care. I really don't think so. If one of them tells me wrong, then I'm wrong. But I just don't. I think her point is. I just don't see her point. I disagree with it.
I mean, I think part of the reason people were so interested in the Superman trailer was because of the drama, and that could translate to box office. It could. But, people.
You weren't. Yeah, I wasn't interested because of the drama. I was interested because I wanted to see the trailer as a fan of DC and Superman. And yes, Batman is my favorite character, but I'm still a fan of Superman. I was interested to see the trailer. As a comic book fan, I did not going to see. I was not going to see that trailer because of drama. I think you. I think. I think you say you call yourself a comic book fan, but I think you went into that trailer for drama because I did a whole fucking stream on you about that, Grace, about a week ago, with my buddy Blinded. And some people here that are in the chat, some people aren't, but if they do see the stream later, they can vouch. You said. You said you know what? Oh, I think this would be okay. This will do. You said, but there's only nothing really positive. You said you want the drama. I think you want the drama. That's it, drama, because you want the drama. You are. What did Eric Bischoff's book say? Controversy creates crash. That's what you want.
People were very interested in the Flash and really wanted to discuss the Flash. That first trailer for the Flash did extremely well, and then the movie fell on its face. So you just don't know. You don't know
The trailer of the Flash movie came out during Super Bowl, man. People were interested in the trailers, right?
until you see it. But I do think that this doesn't feel like new at all. It feels like the same DC as before, even starting with Superman again. It's not a fresh start. It seems like a restart. And that is something that concerns me. There's no discipline. There's no, we're starting again. We're starting a new, we're not starting again. We're starting a new cinematic universe. And I think that should have been, the situation. They should have taken a break.
They said, James Gunn said that. No, he's not. They're not gonna. Warner Brothers. Nobody's gonna. Nobody. No. Oh, I don't know what. Let me read that. Nobody. No. If you don't. Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers. There's no signs of Warner Brothers getting rid of Warner. There's no signs of Warner Brothers selling off DC. Okay. There's nothing. There's no signs of that. Nothing.
and then they should have started fresh. But they're not doing it, and I think that opportunity has now passed us. So we just have to see what happens. I think we really have just traded Zack Snyder for James Gunn. I think they're very similar, right down to the sometimes questionable choices, and also really, really, really devoted fan bases that kind of skew the perspective when it's on social media. But then
I kind of do agree with some, but the Snyder fan base is Grace. Be honest, the Snyder fan base is delusional, and stop giving the benefit of the doubt. They're not the sanest bunch, okay?
and don't show up at the theaters. James Gunn, outside of his
The Snyder fans will show up to theaters, I guarantee it.
Guardians of the Galaxy movies, has not been successful. Someone's like, let's clip that and send it to James.
Guardians of the Galaxy has not been successful. Let me check. Guardians of the Galaxy box office. The first movie was a trial one that did 772 million, successful for a group. Two. 869 million worldwide. Well, 863 worldwide. And 3. 845 million worldwide. And she said the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, every Guardians of the Galaxy movie has made over 700 million. That's successful. She's lying. She's lying. She is lying.
James Gunn, and then I don't think he's going to interact with me again, thank goodness. But every time
see, thank goodness. Here we go. There we go. You don't want to get debunked and embarrassed by James Gunn because of your bullshit bias analysis of his stuff. You don't admit it. You have a grudge against him. You just have a grudge against him. And you don't want to see it. And you try to say positive stuff, it's really just backhanded. It's really, that's what it is.
Point out a factual thing, he gets upset about it. But I mean, look at the box office. Look at the box office for the Suicide Squad. Sure, it came out during the pandemic, but other movies released at the same time did better. Look at the other smaller things that he's done. So, I think
every Guardians movie made over 700 million. You could check right now.
He's not a proven commodity outside of those Guardians movies. So, I mean, we'll see. But I think he is very Zack Snyder coded. I think partially unintentionally, partially intentionally. Because, I think Zack Snyder got a huge blow up out of DC. Even the drama, I think, made him like a bigger name. And so I think...
No, it didn't. It didn't make him a bigger name.
James Gunn's like, yoink! Well, I could do that. And look at Stockley. Gunn is vastly superior to Snyder. Well, the box office will decide. But I think, in my opinion, they're almost exactly the same. But let's see if that is also in the box office. So let's see what happens. Let's see. I think they both have their bad habits and they both have their really strong elements. But I think it's just again, as I said, it's a restart, not a fresh start.
It's a fresh start.
Kay Walton, James Gunn's not more successful than Zack Snyder at the box office. Zack Snyder, look at Batman v Superman and how well 300 did and all that stuff. Boy, I gotta tell you.
$300 did 456 million. Okay. Scooby-Doo. Yeah, Scooby Doo didn't do good.
James Gunn's fans, you guys are like, you're more aggressive. Let's just say more aggressive than even Snyder fans, and that's saying something.
You're a liar. That's a lie. That's a lie, and you know it.
Woo!
You know it.
You got a lot of free time,
That's a
I
lie.
must say. Okay. Yes, I would agree, Resident Justice. Rebel Moon was a real problem. It was a real speed bump for Zack Snyder.
So is Army of the
okay.
Dead.
Then, also, let's point out, okay, Jason Momoa's box office. And he hasn't done a lot. You know, I mean, Conan the Barbarian.
Jason Momoa has done a lot of small movies, okay? I'll let you know, Jason Momoa has done a lot of small movies. That you all know. A lot of small movies.
Not great at all, obviously. I mean, he hasn't had much of a career until Zack Snyder plucked him out of nowhere as a surprise casting for Aquaman. But, so, I think, let me close the poll. Let me see what you guys voted on. Okay, a lot of votes. A lot of votes.
You know what? I'm gonna end it here. Cause I gotta see it. I gotta see the latest episode of Creature Commandos. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about Grace, guys. I mean, I definitely think John Campea has a better takes here. Grace, I think Grace is missing the point. Grace missing some obvious things. If you're a true comic book fan, if you're a true business fan, if you really look at films the way I do, you would understand my point. My point, okay? Like, why somebody like Jason Momoa was casted in this movie? To surround Millie Alcock with supporting great talent and a big star to help sell the movie, because she was not going to sell the movie. She doesn't have the star power, and the other people that are casted before her don't have the star power either. Jason Momoa does. And in a comic book movie, you need at least one person with star power. Okay? Or at least a really well-known actor that people see a lot. Millie Alcock is not that. Yet. That's why Jason Momoa was in this movie. Alright. I'm going to like, share, subscribe, comment below.